Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thanks for watching today's video. Today we are actually February 17 today. However, my husband did get his paycheck on February 14. We slept we had a first night at our new house on yesterday. So it's been a bit busy trying to get everything ready, and we're still trying to ramble up and try to figure out what we need and what we need to go get. And let's just say my cash unstuffing will be a hefty one, and I'll have to pay back my credit card because we've had a lot of house expenses that weren't all planned. But anyways, so we got into our new house and we ran the dishwasher and it wasn't draining, so we had to call the plumber, and he said you should probably just change your dishwasher, so we had to get a new dishwasher. And then we get the plumber in, he comes in, plugs it all in, and he says, oh, you're good to go. So then we run it again, and it's still not draining, so we had to call him again. But now it's a long weekend, so he's gonna come next week at some point. So we had to get a new dishwasher, we had to get the plumber a few times, and it's still not fixed. But that's just part of life and a part of having a new house, and you're not too sure what you're getting yourself into. But anyways, that's just one thing. We had to get a mattress for my son. We had to get a table, like a kitchen table, because we didn't have that. We didn't bring too much, but we brought most of the necessities. So we had to get some new blinds. Yeah, so those are pretty big purchases that I'll have to pay my credit card back. And I was hoping not to drain all my home maintenance fund. Like, I do have a savings account that has money in it, and I was hoping to use that for a fence, but we will have to pay what we paid and start building that money back so we can get a fence maybe later on in the year. Still hoping we're gonna get it. So anyways, because we have a big dog and we just don't want to be running after her, because she likes to go sniff everybody's yards. So she's a social bug. Anyways, so what I was thinking we could do today was budget for February 14th's pay. And I wanted to explain a little bit my process and how it works. So this is the paycheck budget tracker for February for I'll show you her now. This is her logo. So this is the budget mom. So the budget mom has a paycheck by paycheck budget, and she has a book that she sells, so you can order a physical copy. However, I purchased the downloadable, the digital version, so I can print out all the pages I need and just the pages I need, so I don't have to print out everything. I can print out however many pages of the paycheck budget tracker. I also have some expense trackers. I'll show you at the end here. Expense trackers. So I have a specific amount that I print out, and I find it easier for us, for my family. So that's why I like the digital version, but you do have to like either have a printer at home, or you have to be able to send it to a print shop to get it printed for you. I know some print shops do amazing work. They can bind them if they want. But I like it like that. So it's more, I get to choose what I want. And then I just hole punched it for my happy planner. So this is the big size happy planner. So then I just punched them or hole punched them and then put them in my planner. So now I have all the months in here. So I'm ready for the year, and I have decorated my pages already for most of them. So I like doing that. These are Happy Planner stickers actually. So I'll just bring you back up here. So, okay, so that's how the budget planner works from the Budget Mom. What I will be doing is, or how I do this, I get, this is my husband's pay. I budget a little bit less of what I think he will get. And he's pretty much always around the 1128. So I always budget a little bit less, so I'm not over budgeting, and then I have to cut on what I'm planning. So I budget a certain amount, and then what I put in my actual is actually what I set aside for it. Some people actually use this as they budget a certain amount, which is what they put aside for it, and the actual, they come back at the end of their week or at the end of their month, and they actually put how much it actually cost, so then they can tally that up. I've only been budgeting for about a year, so I'm not actually, I didn't fine tune my budget just yet. I still need to work on my closeout and stuff, like how I close out my budget at the end of the month to actually get these totals. So I don't do that part just yet, but I just budget a certain amount, put the money away, and whatever's, like, I just roll over the money if there's money left over, kind of like a sinking fund, or kind of like my envelopes here where I have money in them and they just stay there. Some people actually budget a certain amount, and what they have left over, they put it aside. That would be great. That is the goal at some point. However, for now, I don't have that extra money that I can just kind of set aside and forget about it. I still need to budget for, like, I still need it in my, in circulation. I still need to be able to have access to it when I have some rougher weeks. Kind of like this week has been really expensive in terms of home maintenance, also in terms of eating out, because we didn't get everything set up yet, so we're kind of figuring it out. Plus, it was Valentine's Day, so me and my husband went for breakfast yesterday morning for our Valentine's Day, so I'll be unstuffing from our holiday binder as well. Yeah, and we got the kids some Valentine's Day cards for their for on Wednesday for Valentine's Day to bring to daycare for all the kids at daycare. So these were expenses that happened this week. So let's just go ahead, and I can't write when it's straight, so I have to slant it a little bit, so I hope you can still see. So this is my pre-made budget. However, I will be modifying it as much as I can to make it fit to what I know that I'll need. So when I have my husband's pay, it is a little bit less in terms of, like, if you check here, or if I show you here, this one was for my paycheck. So my paycheck's a little bit bigger. So I can, like, see how if I take all my bills and I divide it by 4 for the 4 weeks, it's about $930 a week that I have to put aside for bills, or for the bills that I put in here. So if I would do that with an 1,100, am I still in frame? Yeah. With an $1,100 here, I would only have like not even $200 to work with for my variable expenses and my savings challenges. And that's why I modify my bills a little bit. I am already a month ahead on my bills. What I do, I will show you here. I have these budget sheets that is what I have in my bills account in my bank. So what I do is let's use daycare, for example. This is daycare. So for daycare, for example, down here I have, let's say, February 2nd, I had daycare, I paid $175, I had $175 in my account. So I moved it, I paid the daycare, so now I have nothing left. On the 6th, I stuffed my daycare envelope with $175. I had $175 in that account. On the 9th, I paid for daycare, so I took the $175, so now I had nothing left. And on the 14th, which is from this paycheck, I'll have to stuff $175, so I'll put that here. $175 for daycare, and then I had $175, and then I'll pay daycare with $175. So technically, I already transferred money into from my bills binder or bills envelope into for daycare. So I already transferred the money. However, now I just need to kind of put money in here to kind of pay that. But this is like all my money that I have in here. So I do have like a bit of money, and that's why it helps with paying these bills ahead of time. Like right now I didn't have the $175 because I didn't budget for it just yet. So I didn't move my money from my checking account into my savings account. However, because I'm a month ahead on most of my bills and I do have some extra savings in there, I'll explain it in a little bit. I was able to pay my daycare and then I'll pay it back. So I'll quickly go through it. So what for my mortgage, if I take my monthly amount and I divide it by 4, it gives me $375. So whether I like it or not, this is what I have to pay every week. So I will put $375 for my mortgage. So in here, under my mortgage, I will put on February, I'll put the 14th, since that is what this paycheck is. I'll stuff $375. Oh, sorry, I forgot my calculator. Just a second. And I'm back. My daughter likes to play with these numbers, and then she just thinks it's a phone, so she uses it as a phone, so now it's all dirty. But anyways, it'll do the trick. So I have $1127 in my account already for my mortgage. So that's money especially for my mortgage. That's all that money is going to be used for. So now I'm adding $375. So I'll put, there'll be $1502 in the account once I move this money. Because what I do is I budget for it, I account for it, and then I transfer this money, the total, into my bills savings account. I do, hopefully that makes sense. I do have a buffer also in my checking account. I always leave some money in my checking account. So if there's a bill that goes through, it goes through, and then I pay my checking account back from the money from my bills account. So let's see. So home insurance, what we do for home insurance is we pay yearly. So I don't need to stuff this every month for that reason. So for this time, I am going to skip it. So that's also because of how much money I have to work with, and I want to be able to leave myself some money at the bottom here. So that's why this week I will not be stuffing that one. So this one is my rent. So I don't have a mortgage and a rent. So what I do with this one is when I was living with my parents and they were letting us live rent-free, I was still putting money away for rent. So I have accumulated some money in here. Right now I have like $3,000. So what that actually made for us is to put it in our, we always had like a rent line, and we put money aside every paycheck. And that's to keep us in the routine of paying bills, even though we didn't have many at the time. Plus, it was getting us in the motivation, or in the, like our budget didn't change all that much from before we had the house, when we were living with my parents, to now that we have the house. It raised a little bit, but with me putting away money for rent, it just kind of got us in a routine of saving money. Technically, I was putting money aside every paycheck because I knew I wanted to buff up our bills binder, or our month ahead in a sense, as well as like the home insurance and our property taxes are two big bills. They're about $2,800 each yearly. So they're both yearly bills, but we are both paying them yearly. So those two will come out like soon. And then we have all year to cash stuff for it, to pay it for next year. So I knew I was gonna need some money right at the beginning of the year, or as soon as we got our house, to pay these bills. So I have all year to kind of budget for it, to kind of save up. So it kind of, when I pay yearly, what it does is it gives me leeway like that. Like, it gives me a bit of flexibility in my budget. So if the more, like you saw, the home insurance is crossed off, property taxes is crossed off, and I have my mom life insurance is crossed off, because these three bills are yearly bills. So all I really need to know about these ones is, as long as I saved the total amount. So like, I'm not exactly sure what the amounts will be, but they're over $2,000 each on these ones. So as long as I have the $2,000 when the bill is due, that's all that matters. Whether I save it all in one pay, or whether I save it instead of 26 pays, I save it in 20 pays, then it doesn't really change all that much for them. It just, they want it at the time they want it, and that's all that matters. So for me, what it does is it gives me, like this week, I wanted more money into the bottom, the fun part of my budget. So I gave myself a little bit of flexibility in my budget, to allow myself to have a little bit more money down here. So property taxes, so that's what the rent budget sheet is. So that will be used up at some point when we get these big bills. But for now, it is still there as a good buffer. So our property taxes, we're skipping those today too. So our car insurance. If I divide my total monthly bill in 4, it gives me $35, and I need my monthly bill. So I will be cash stuffing $35. So car insurance, on the second 14, I'll be stuffing 35, 47 plus 35, 82. So that's the car insurance. That life insurance, that is also 35. So I'll be putting that in here. 14, stuffing 35. So that's what, 70. My mom life insurance. So you can see here that I already have $735 allotted for it. That's mom and life and my permanent life insurance, my term life insurance, and I also have the kids as child riders on my life insurance. So that one I think totals up to 900 and some a year for all those life insurance. So mine are actually, that's a pretty good deal. But I've had my life insurance for a long time and I never really changed it. I just added a term on it. So that's why I have, it's only $900 a year. Like, let's say 1,000 because it's 950 some. So I just need to make sure that I have the 950 some. And in June, so one is taken in June and one is taken in July. So I still have a few months to save up like $200. So for that one, I'm okay for now. I'll cash stuff it in when I get a little bit more money to play with. So now we have our phones. Our phones, we are putting $35. So 0214, 35, 130, 168 plus 35. Oh, sorry. Equals 203. So that's what phones will have. Internet, I'll be stuffing 25. And like I said, these bills, I haven't received the bills just yet. So this is just a bit of a guesstimate on what these bills will be monthly. So we'll adjust once we start getting these bills in. Electricity, we're putting 70. So let's put that in here. 0214, stuffing 70, so that's 140. There's the water bill. So we're stuffing 20. On the 14, stuffing 20. So there's 40. And then we have subscriptions that we're going to be stuffing 25. 0214, 25. So there's 50. And then the daycare, like I told you, I put 175 in here already. So, and I will calculate this, make sure 375 plus 35 plus 35 plus 35 plus 25. 175 plus 25 plus 70 plus 20. So 795 is my total. So I will and I put even though my husband got $11.28 on his pay, I don't take the $3 out. I just leave that, like I said, in my checking account buffer. So I only budget for $11.25. So then I have $11.25 minus our $7.95. That is for our bills. Now I have $330 left. $330 left to budget for everything else. So when I budget for this, when I do any budget, so I'm a budget by paycheck person. So I budget every paycheck that we receive or every income that we receive. So this is this bill, like this paycheck. I have my other paycheck here. Yeah, and every month I always have at least 4 budgets. So what I do, once I paid my bills, I go straight to my savings and I check. I check here in my savings challenges and I check what I need. So we are on week 7. So week 7 is $35 for Hearts Fun House. So I put that here. And then quarter 1 is $10. And then this one is variable. So if I have extra money, I can do this one. It's the same as this one. Same and same. So, so it's really these two that are really like mandatory in a sense, that every week there's actually a number. So I really make sure to put that into account when I do my budgets. So I kind of put it in my little like post-it here. So 35 plus 10, so that's $45. So I put my savings challenges $45. So that's the bare minimum that I want for my savings. And then from there, so I kind of take what I have left over. So 330, so 330 minus the $45 here. So I have about $285 to put into my variable expenses if I feel like that's what I need. So let's see. So let's put 330 here is what I'm starting with, because that's what I ended. What you do is your income minus your bills totals something. That total is what you have to budget for your variable expenses. So now at 330, I budgeted $160 for gas because I was trying to bulk up that one. Sorry guys I recorded my video and then I realized that I had lost battery. I had missed out on my battery, so now it cut my video short. So what I did here is I finished up. I had $330 left from my budget, from my income without, so income minus my bills, I have $330 left. So I put $160 in gas, and then I put $20 for dad spending, mom spending, kids and pets. And then I put everything else in that I had left, because I have 330 minus the 45. I wanted 285 in this category. So I put 45 in eating out and miscellaneous. So that gives me a total for my variable expenses is 285. So 330 minus the 285 is $45. That makes it that I have nothing in my sinking funds, and then I put $45 in my savings challenges. And because I know I owe on my credit card, I will put all of this towards my credit card because I know I need to pay up some stuff that we spent already. So I'm not gonna cash stuff this week. I never cash stuff my bills, so this will be transferred into my bills account. So the $795 will be transferred to my bills account, and then the $285 will be transferred to my credit card. So I'll pay the gas, mom, dad spending, kids expenses, pet expenses, and our miscellaneous and eating out expenses. I'll pay whatever I can with this amount, $285. And then, so for today, it'll be a short video. We will be cash stuffing our savings challenges, because, you know, that's one way to save money, is to take money, put it straight towards something that you want to save for, and go on like that. So we'll start with our Hearts Fun House. If I take this one out, so I'll just put, I'll just take this away. So that's how I budgeted this paycheck. I'll take the $45, and then that completes all this money. So I'll put this aside. I'll bring this back. So this is my Hearts Fun House, and this is my money that I have to play with today. And let's use a green. So I have $35 in this one. There's There's 35. So let's do 20, 35. So now in Hearts Funhouse, we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 110, 120, 150, no, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So $150 in Hearts Funhouse. So it's slowly accumulating, so that's great. And then I have quarter one that I have $10 to allocate for that one. There's the $10. And then I have $10 left. And I'll put it in here. So now we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110, 115 in quarter one. So at least we're following our weeks, and we are still on track with that. And we used up all our money for this paycheck. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.